going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing my match review, match reaction and match analysis of Manchester City's emphatic victory in the Champions League semi-final second leg, beating Real Madrid by 4-0. The only adjective I've got is wow. Just wow. What a game of football and what a performance from Manchester City. So before we do speak about everything there is to speak about from this game, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. Social media links, they're in the description below, and also sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well to go and follow me on my TikTok. Link is in the description. Leave a thumbs up, 100 likes is the aim, and do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below. Finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by GT Player, who very kindly sent me this limited edition chair that you can see just behind me. You go and check them out. They've got some awesome chairs available on their website. Remember, if you use code JSGC5 on checkout, you'll get 5% off your order. So, let's crack on with this video. And we'll start off first by speaking about the teams. Manchester City went unchanged. There was talk before the game, could we see Mahrez or Foden potentially come in for Bernardo Silva? Well, Pep Guardiola gets paid a lot of money to make the correct decisions, and he said pre-game, I'm not going to overthink it, I'm just going to approach this game a little bit differently. We was cautious in Madrid. We wanted to stay in the tie, get a good result, bring them back to the Etihad, attack at them, and take the game to them, score them goals, and knock them out. We did that in the first leg against Bayern Munich in the quarter-finals, killed the game off. We had the opportunity here for the second leg to try and do that, and we managed to replicate that and better the score than what we did against Bayern Munich. We beat Real Madrid, the most prestigious team in Europe ever, 4-0 at the Etihad. It's what we should have done last year, in my opinion, at the Etihad. Kill the game off, get it all done and dusted, and get yourself into that final. Lessons have been learned. Manchester City have righted. They've righted the wrongs. They've made correct what they made the mistakes with last year. And Manchester City now are on their way to Istanbul for the Champions League final. And we still have some wrongs to right from the last time I was in the Champions League final. 2021 against Chelsea. A lot of teams don't win their first Champions League finals, but a lot of teams do learn their lessons and go on to win their second. And Manchester City now set up a date, June 10th, against Inter Milan in Istanbul, in what is, in my opinion, Manchester City's biggest game ever. It is monumental, and the momentum that City have, the way that we're playing, we need to keep this momentum going. We've got a big match at the weekend taking on Chelsea. We can win the Premier League, but we face a situation where we've got an FA Cup final coming up, followed that a week later by a Champions League final. Do we rotate the team? Do we disrupt our own momentum? Do we risk injury for our final two Premier League games? Something Pep Guardiola is going to have to try and perfect and get right to make sure that Manchester City are, in my opinion, in the strongest position possible, because the best preparation you can have for these big matches that we've got coming up is just winning your previous game and putting yourself mentally in a stronger position as possible. But you also want to rotate and make sure the players are fresh and ready to go. So squad rotation, rather than making the 2 or 3 changes, needing to do maybe 5 or 6 per game, keep the squad fresh, and if we can pick up a good win against Brighton and or Brentford, we'll take it from there. We'll see what happens. 2 difficult games away from home in the build-up to the FA Cup final, and the best preparation we've got for this Champions League final now is beating Manchester United at Wembley to put ourselves mentally in the best position possible to try and win the Big Ears on June 10th. What a game it's going to be. What an occasion it's going to be. It's a great time to be a Manchester City fan right now. And so, yeah, Manchester City kept their team very much the same, just a little bit of a different approach. Real Madrid chose to drop Antonio Rudiger, put in a really good performance last week, and very harsh from Carlo Ancelotti to drop Rudiger and change that up. But Militao, back from suspension, went with him. Camavinga was fit. I thought they might have gone with Alaba maybe at left back and started Antonio Rudiger alongside Militao and moved Camavinga into midfield, and potentially one of Valverde or Rodrigo may miss out. But that isn't what happened. They ended up trying kind of keep it as similar as possible to what happened at the Bernabeu. The only difference was City's approach. Pep said pre-game, I know how to beat Real Madrid. He knows what he's going to do, and Manchester City managed to make that happen. And in the first half, we could have been 4 or 5 up, and my only criticism of City, whilst was playing very well, was we didn't kill that game off, and Real Madrid came out second half, hit the crossbar. Had that gone into the back of the net, this may have been a very different equation, but it didn't go into the back of the net, and City were clinical when the opportunities came, and we had enough to get the job done. So we opened the scoring through Bernardo Silva, 23 minutes in, played in on City's right hand side, gets it onto his left foot after Courtois had already made a couple of good saves from Rodri, and also I think it was from Erling Haaland as well, with the header. Finally, we managed to beat him, and Bernardo Silva put City into a dream moment in 23 minutes in by giving us that all-important first goal. And Real Madrid are the kind of team you need to kill off. We need a second goal. We need a third goal. So we kept pushing. 37 minutes in, a Gundogan shot blocked, comes off to Bernardo Silva, heads it. A good header as well into the back of the net to put Manchester City into dreamland, 2-0 ahead at half-time. Real Madrid looked much better in that second half, pushing City further back, having some defending to do, having more possession. Manchester City, a good show of character, dug deep, stayed in the game, didn't concede, and found that all-important third goal, that killer third goal coming on 76 minutes through an own goal right now given to Eder Militao. Finally, De Bruyne put in a top-quality set piece. Akanji flicks it on, comes off the thigh of Militao and into the back of the net. May get awarded to Akanji at a later date. We'll have to wait and see, but right now it's been awarded as a Militao own goal. Although, as I've just seen it on here, it has just ticked over to an Akanji goal. Literally just changed as I'm filming this video, so maybe Akanji has been awarded that goal. And I'm wondering, is that Akanji's first goal for Manchester City? What a time, that killer third goal to kill off Real Madrid, and that is what you need to do to knock Madrid out of the Champions League. City then chose to rotate the team. They were feeling good. And then Phil Foden threads a ball late on in the 91st minute. Julian Alvarez one-on-one with Courtois. Courtois had a brilliant game, I thought, for Real Madrid, and he's conceded 4 times. Alvarez with a cool as you like. First time finishing to the bottom corner. Not even sure he had any touches of the ball. His first touch of this game into the back of the net in a goal that rounds off a hammering for Real Madrid and sends Manchester City to Istanbul for the Champions League final. I'm going to repeat that for you guys. Sends Manchester City to the Champions League final in Istanbul to take on Inter Milan on June 10th. Make a note of that. The T word, very much on. It's a situation where with 3 wins away, win the right 3 games, we replicate what Manchester United managed to do. Still a long way to go, but all momentum right now with Manchester City. I feel like if we are to win the Champions League, June 10th is the time to do it, because if we don't, where do we go from there? Because City are playing some scintillating football. We're firm favourites. We are a brilliant football team. We've knocked out Bayern Munich. We've knocked out Real Madrid. We need to just get that job done in Istanbul and win what we're so desperate to try and win. But Manchester City now in a fantastic position with a marvellous victory at the Etihad against Real Madrid. Fantastic performance. I think the players are getting a taste for success, and it's good to see, and hopefully they'll be able to keep their momentum and keep their fitness ready for Sunday to try and win the Premier League. Take things a game at a time. But as I said, this is the time now for the fans, for the players, for the next 24 hours. Enjoy this occasion. Enjoy what we have achieved, because it has been nothing short of outstanding. And I wanted to applaud Manchester City on a quite frankly sensational performance to knock Real Madrid out of their competition and into the Champions League final. 10 out of 10 performance from City. Akanji brilliant. Rodri brilliant. I don't think he put a pass wrong all game, but I think my man of the match has to go to the man that's bagged the brace, Bernardo Silva. Without his goals, we're not in the position to make this result happen. Clinical in front of goal, Bernardo Silva. We need to be doing everything we can to keep hold of him at Manchester City, because he's a real asset. There's talk of selling him for 75 million euros. And right now, showcasing on the biggest stage of them all, I'd put a 1 in front of that 75 and make that 175 million euros, because that is how valuable he is to Manchester City. And for me, this team that's won today, only if Nathan Ake's back fit, someone may miss out. Otherwise, I'll go with the same team against Inter Milan as long as everybody is fit. They're my thoughts. Do let me know your thoughts then in the comments below. Don't forget, subscribe. Plenty more City content to come. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. It is free to subscribe, so any help towards my aim of 30,000 subscribers would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Leave a thumbs up, 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by GT Player. I'll see you all again once JSGC's finished off celebrating this monumental victory for Manchester City as we build up to the big weekend and winning the Premier League. This is what the season's all about. 4-0 against Real Madrid to send us to Istanbul for a Champions League final against Inter Milan. Love it. And just wow, what a performance. Surely this is the year. Fingers are crossed. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.